Good evening, it's Thursday, June 25th. I'm Sharon Abobi, and this is Closing Price from FNDATA. We provide a daily data read on the luxury and collectible markets. This episode of Closing Price is brought to you by FNDATA, the market intelligence platform for insights on the luxury markets and related public equities. With a membership, you can unlock access to dashboards, reports, and cutting-edge insights to keep your finger on the pulse of the market and drive your competitive advantage. Learn more at altafndata.com/membership. Last night, we set a test at FNDATA. The luxury equities had bounced, but narrowly, and the question was whether the recovery would broaden to the listed watch retailers, the one group still being sold, and whether it would hold. Tonight, we have the answer. It broadened. For a second straight session, the European luxury names rose, even as the broad markets fell again, and this time, the watch retailers, which had slid for 3 days, finally turned and joined the recovery. The floor we flagged is starting to look real, and it is exactly what our resale data has implied from the start. The macro stayed under pressure into the US close. The Nasdaq fell another 2.5%, a fourth straight day of the AI-driven technology selloff, with gold off about 3% and oil down almost 5%. But European luxury went the other way once more. Kering rose about 1%, the Danish jeweler Pandora added almost 3%, and LVMH and Richemont both closed higher. The key change was in the watch names. Swatch rose 1.6%, and Watches of Switzerland gained about 0.5%, its first up day in 4 sessions. The soft spot was the American names, dragged down by the US tech tape, with Tapestry off 3%. And there is a tell for tomorrow worth flagging. After the US close, blowout earnings from the chipmaker Micron ignited a $400 billion rally in AI chip stocks across Asia, the first real sign that the routes which gripped markets all week may finally be ending. If that macro headwind lifts, the luxury floor only gets firmer. Now, the constant in all of this is that throughout 4 sessions of market turbulence, one number has not moved at all, and it is one that matters the most. This is the price that collectors pay in the secondary markets. The resale markets has held flat at its cycle highs all week, in difference to the rate scare, the tech rout, and now the rebound. And the watch markets in particular, the very corner that the listed retailers were being sold on, sits at record levels, led by the strongest run of New York sales the category has ever seen. That flat line in demand, set against a violently swinging equity tape, is the whole point. The equities were never pricing a demand problem. They were pricing rates, risk, and a tech-led liquidation. As that clears, the listed names are converging back toward the demand our data measures. So, the read tonight is a thesis getting confirmed in real time. On Monday and Tuesday, the luxury equities were oversold on the macro. Yesterday, they bounced, but only narrowly. Today, the bounce broadened to the last holdouts, which were the watch retailers. And through all of that, resale, the price collectors actually pay, never wavered. The listed names are now catching back up to it, so the test from here flips. Instead of asking whether the bounce will broaden, the question now is whether it will stick. If resale holds at these highs, this was a textbook macro overshoot and a recovery, and the derating was never about demand. If resale finally cracks, then the all clear is premature. Either way, the signal lives in the gap, and tonight that gap is closing. For the data behind today's signals, the FNDATA Data Sandbox gives you hands-on access to our market dashboards and datasets, so you can test the divergence and concepts yourself. Book a demo at altafndata.com/book or reach us anytime at info@altafndata.com. I've also added a link in the description of this episode. That's it on Closing Price for today, Thursday, June 25th. Subscribe to be notified of new episodes, and if you love the show, please leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I'm Sharon Abobi from FNDATA. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you for listening.